Hello. In this video, I'm going to do a exam style question where we have a logarithmic function. Here's the background story to this question. There's a company studying or investigating sound produced by a new machine. And then there is a function given how the intensity of sound is being modeled. Now, it really doesn't matter how the model look like. It can look complicated, but you will still do the question really similar way. What is important is that you recognize that there is two quantities given in a question, and one of them is the intensity of sound, and that's labeled I. Another one is the sound power, and that is labeled as X. Then there is two typical questions, part A and part B. Part A is asking about the intensity of sound. Part B is asking about the sound power. So you will have a question asking both of those two quantities. And you have to recognize when each are being asked for, because another one is simply adding numbers into the formula and calculating value. And another one is solving an equation. So let's look how we would answer this question using TI-Nnspire calculator, or actually any calculator you would be using. So in part A, we are calculating the intensity of sound when sound power is 1.5 watts, being far away from the machine. That would be the low sound intensity. We choose calculate in our calculator, and we type in the calculation of our formula given in a question as it is, 20 times 10 base logarithm times, and inside the logarithmic we have this sound power 1.5 plus 50. And here is our answer to the first question. And I would mark also the calculation seen here as well, and make sure you round it up with 3 significant figures. Make sure that your calculator is showing enough numbers for you to round it up with 3 significant figures. You can increase the numbers seen by going into Home, and here is Settings, Document Settings, and you can increase the digit. So float 5 would be enough here. Sometimes you need more, but you have to be aware of that. Then in part B, intensity of sound is given 80 decibels, and now its question is about the sound power. Here is how it looks. We have to solve this equation. We replace I with 80, and then X is something we are looking for. And this equation I would solve using numerical solve. Press menu, algebra, and then numerical solve. And here we type in our equation as it is, this way. And then we have to tell calculator that we are gonna solve X, so I have to place .x at the end. Now here comes the important part. If your calculator is not in IB exam mode, you can press enter and it will solve this equation. However, when your calculator is placed in IB exam mode, it will not solve this equation with this type of a command. And here is the error you will see in IB exam mode. So to solve this with IB exam mode, you have to add something at the end of the command. I have a separate video from numerical solve where I explain this also. So at the end of the command, you have to press Ctrl and this equal sign, and you can find this vertical line. So we add that. We tell our calculator that X needs to be greater than 0. And then we press enter, and this is our solution to this question. But you really have to be knowing how the numerical solve works here. So here is the really typical type logarithmic function type question, and make sure you know how numerical solve work. Make sure you find those two quantities in a question, and then make a separation when you just calculate question adding numbers into the formula, like part A, and when you have to solve an equation, like in part B. So that was our video this time. See you in the next one.